We're here just wondering who are some of the people's top 5 fighters of all time.
5 of the top.
Time, past, present, future.
And we're not going to change this. So anything I say go down as marked as my best 5 fighters.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ernest Miller, Ernest Miller, Ernest Miller, Ernest Miller, Ernest Miller. Me.
All right, my top 5, I'm going to start off Mafia, Pedro, Nasty.
It's 3.
Yeah, I know that. There's a lot. That's hard. Tony Young.
That's 4.
And I'm going to throw Jotty Tension in the mix.
I'm going to have to go with Jotty, Pedro, say Jack, Ray, Jesse Ray.
Top 5 fighters from past to present, I had to go with Pedro Xavier, Richard Plowden, Jotty Tension, Raymond Daniels, and myself.
It's a tough one. Tony Raymond Daniels, Richard Plowden, Ross. I go with Mafia.
I don't want to make nobody mad, man. We got a lot. Oh, man. Only 5?
It's only 5.
Man. All right, Nasty. Pedro. I gotta go Anthony Price. I gotta go Raymond Daniels. All right. I got a toss up, man. I got right now in my head, I got Mr. Plowden, I got Tony Young, I got all those guys in my head, man, but I'm gonna have to go with Jotty Tension.
See, Raymond, Jotty, Trevor Nash, Casey Abel, and Brian Ruth.
Tony Young. I grew up watching this young man. I really admired him. I have to be Richard Plowden and also Anthony Price. Now I also got to add in Raymond Daniels and Jason Tanks. I think those are my 5 top.
Raymond Daniels, number 1. Number 2, Jotty Tension. Number 3, Tony Young. Number 4, Brian Ruth. And number 5, I'm going to say Anthony Price.
All right, my top 5 fighters that I seen growing up were Anthony Price, Jotty Tension, Pedro Xavier, Mike Bombaro, and I got to throw Jason Tankson in there.
Steve Anderson, Richard Plowden, Howard Jackson, Tony Young, and Mafia Holloway.
Jesse Ray, and guess who else? Jesse Ray. Now I got Jesse, I got Frank Jones. You know, they from my time period. Of course, I got, who else is there? Tony Young. Who else? I got Anthony Price. And I need one more. Pedro Xavier.
You have to say Raymond Daniels. You have to say Steve Nasty Anderson. You have to say Tony Young. You have to say Anthony Price. That's a hard one. That 5th one is tough because it would be a list. You could have Jotty, you could have Pedro, you could have.
Need one though.
Just one? Sean Elliott.
All time? I didn't even get a chance to prep.
Yeah, I know.
It Well, number 1 is really, really hard to not say Raymond Daniels. The main reason is because of the longevity that he's had. I mean, if you're going to say 1A, 1B would have to be Steve Nasty Anderson. All right, and because he did the exact same thing. And I mean, I don't want to be a creature of the moment, but it's hard not to say Ross Levine. I mean, he's beating everybody. He's doing it all over the world.
3.
I'm at 3. I don't know if I would put him number 3 though. Man, this was really hard. I got pulled right into this. I would probably have to say Pedro Xavier. Pedro Xavier. Man, can I get a lifeline? Can I phone a friend? Now I'm gonna throw you for a loop on this one. Nicky Carlson Lee.
Raymond Daniels, all time. Pedro Xavier. Let me think. The Brady brothers. At 4. And me growing up just in my school, Robert Kenji. That's who I grew up watching.
Pedro Xavier, Jason Borelli, Tony Young, Trevor Nash, and Gerald Dawson.
I say Jotty Tension, Raymond Daniels, Jack, Willie Hicks, and Pedro.
Number 1 would be Ray McCallum. Number 2 would be Scorpion Barrage. Number 3 would be Robert Harris. Number 4 would be Ibi Abadella. Number 5 would be, I got to put him in there, Kevin Thompson.
Raymond Daniels, Pedro Xavier, Nasty Anderson, Keith Vitale, Joe Louis.
Top 5 fighters of all time. Mafia Holloway, Anthony Price, Ibi Abdallah, Tony Young, K.A.
One category? Inside the ring and down the block too? If I had to pick 5 of all time, I might have to do it by age category. The number 1 teenager of all time was Mafia Holloway, 19, number 1 fighter of all time in terms of NASCAR. In addition to that, fighter, I didn't get a chance to see much of, but you wouldn't want to fight with Mike Stone because he will beat your butt and take your girl. He did it to Elvis, rest in peace, afterwards. And the next person I have to mention is the one who taught me how to do footwork in the rest of the world, that people have voted him one of the greatest of all time, period, and he will still knock somebody out today even though he passed away, rest in peace, and that's Joe Louis. Linda Denley is the greatest of all time in my opinion, period. Man, woman, and child. So I got one more, right? Yes, sir. Now, I'm sorry to tell you, this is going to be kind of crazy because this person is a Renaissance man. He was able to reinvent themselves in a variety of ways. That's Joe Corley.
My top 5, my favorites. First, I have to start with Pedro Xavier. Larry Tankson, Scorpion Barrage, my big brother Jason Tankson, and Nasty Anderson. Those are my top 5.
So these are my top 5. Top 5, Tony Young, Pedro, Mafia Holloway, and Anthony Price, and Nasty Anderson. Everybody looks up to different people. Everybody. We're all different. We all see different fighters a different way. So hopefully this post doesn't offend anybody because it's everybody's opinion.
I mean, you're doing a great job, kid.
Okay, thank you.
But this is my answer. So
Ernest Cat Miller.
Since I'm the co-promoter of this tournament, pack this crap up and get out of here.
Thanks a lot, sir. We appreciate that.